Hey guys, what's going on? JakeFX here. I'm going to be doing a chart breakdown for the week starting on July 31st. I am going to go over the pound yen, the yen index, and the pound index. Let's jump right into it. So to begin, for all my breakdowns, I'm going to be doing the daily, 4-hour, and 1-hour levels. So intraday, when I go to trade tomorrow, I'm going to be looking at 15-minute levels as well. But just for the sake of this breakdown video, we're only going to do the daily, 4-hour, 1-hour. So on the daily, we can see that on Friday, we had a really big, strong push up. There was a lot of news at the end of last week, so the volatility was a lot higher. So if you look at Friday's move, we had 500 pip move long. So the buyers are stepping back in. If you look at the higher time frame trend on the pound yen, we have an uptrend. It's important to note that for next week. Strong buyers stepping in. And if you look at the weekly chart, we ended with a strong buying tail. So lots of buyers stepping into the market. So on the daily, I'm going to mark out the low of this candle from where we had the strong move up. And also going to mark out the level right here. So if you look, we had a rejection down from this area. Price held above. Rejection, rejection from the other side. So I think this is a strong level. And then I'm going to put one more level at the top. And then I'm going to go down to the 4-hour. So if you look on the 4-hour, we had a previous range here. Price broke the range, pulled back close to where it broke from, rejected, pulled back up again. Currently, if you do a volume profile on this range, you'll see that we're right at the point of control on the range. So I'm going to put a level right in the middle here. So that's my point of control location. I'm going to change the color for the 4-hour. So price is right there right now. It already got a small rejection, but nothing too big. And then, let's see. You could have another level here on the 4-hour. This is where the big move originated from, was right here. I would classify this whole area as a zone. So to me, this is a level. So if you were to take a trade short, you could take it from the beginning of the level or take it higher in the level. It's up to you. Or split it into 2 trades. Okay. What other levels do we have? This was a previous level that was broken right here. So look how price has come into level, rejected, rejected, broke the level, came back to it, and rejected a couple times. Price broke through it now, but it could always pull back to it to continue long. Okay, let's keep looking. Now I'm going to go down to the 1-hour time frame. So I'm really liking this level we have here. Could adjust up a tiny bit based on the 1-hour. So I'm just going to change the color here to green for my 1-hour. Again, this is a level. It's not just a line. So it's really a box that looks something like this. I'll leave this box up. So this is around where my zone is. And as you can see, price has already started to reject from here. I wouldn't be surprised to see at the open of the agent session tonight for price to reject down from here. So one of my scenarios would be price to reject and come to this previous level to react back up long and go and test one of these highs here before you get a bigger rejection short. If price decides to keep going long, it could come up to one of these levels and react down. You could take a tradable reaction short. This wouldn't be an easy trade given the strong momentum long. Another trade you could look for is if price goes up, wait for it to break the highs, pull back, and give the continuation long. I would be looking more long on this chart, given you had a big move short and strong buyers stepped in and they wiped out the entire move that was the short move. But we are at a pivotal area where it could move short before it goes back long. And then another short scenario you could take is if price goes short from here, breaks this level, pulls back into a level, and then you take a short from this area right here and try and take it short down to here. Okay, that's about it for the pound yen. That's just a brief analysis. When you go into a London session or if you're trading Asian session tonight, reanalyze where the chart is and where it's moved since the open of the market. Let me just take a quick look at the 15-minute. You can see it's currently anchor breaking right now on the 15-minute, going below this EMA, which it was holding most of Friday. Okay, let's move on to the yen basket. So this is just the index. I wouldn't weight too heavily on the levels for the indexes, but I use it as a gauge. If the yen and the pound indexes are both approaching levels where they look like they could turn, I'll look to trade on the pound yen based on that. But only if the pound yen also has a good level it's coming to. So it's just the odds enhancer. Okay, so this looks very similar. If we go to the daily, this looks very similar to the pound yen, but the inverse because it's the yen. So strong buyers Thursday, and then very strong sellers on Thursday. So a really big candle if you look at this candle in comparison to the previous candles. So on the daily, I'm going to mark the end of this candle with yellow. And then we have another level here. I'm going to mark out rejection, rejection to the downside, broke it, pulled back to it, and then rejection again from here. And then I'll put one at the very bottom. Okay, and then on the 4-hour chart, I see a level through here. So again, look at all the rejections from this area. And this was the start of the big move long. I believe that this was some federal bank releasing information, the yen interest rate, big move long. So prices return into that same area. And when you look at the pound yen, which we just did, it was a very similar chart where it returned to where the news was released from. So we could expect this to do something like this and get a reaction long from here. And then again, if it breaks this area, pulls back, and then can go down to an area like this. So it's similar, but the inverse of the pound yen. And then I'm looking at the 1-hour chart. So I really like this level on the 1-hour as well for price to come to here. It might not make it all the way. Again, we're working with zones. So it might look something more similar to this. Or price could come back up to this sort of area. So price could do something like this where it comes up to here and then goes short. Okay, and now let's move on to the pound index. So let's look at the daily on the pound index. This one has also been in a current uptrend. We can see where price is holding right here on the daily. It does want to break below this area. So this is a really important zone. It's somewhere where if we can break and get a close below this area, I would look for price to keep continuing short until at least this next area, if not go lower. That's looking at more of a macro view because we're on the daily chart. Okay, so let's see on the 4-hour. So currently we're in a range, I would say, on the 4-hour. So we have a couple levels here. One level is at the top of the range. And then we're actually at the point of control as well on this. So if you see price came up to the point of control and is reacting down currently from it. So this chart can actually go pretty well with the pound yen, because if we're coming to a supply or resistance area on the pound index and we're at the same area on the pound yen, price can react down and go short. Okay, this level works, has confluence on the 4-hour and the daily. And then we go to the 1-hour chart. I'm happy with the levels. Maybe I could put this down a tiny bit, but it looks pretty good. I don't think I have any more changes to that. Okay, so now let's move into the next part. I'm just going to go over quickly the economic releases for next week. It's really important to understand when the news is being released, because the volatility in the market changes based on news releases. So if we look, the big news for the week is actually on Thursday. So Thursday we have the pound monetary policy report, so the interest statement. So when the interest rate comes out, this will move the market massively. That's what happened on Thursday and Friday for the yen. So I would expect the bigger moves in the week on the pound yen to happen on Thursday and Friday. It's going to be interesting to see what happens Monday, Tuesday, because the volatility expanded on Thursday and Friday. So we had really big moves here on Friday. 500 pips down, 500 pips back up. So we could either get a really tight ranging session Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it blows up again on Thursday, or you'll get continued increased volatility on Monday and Tuesday, larger ranging days or something to that effect. That's it for today in this session. I'll have another video posted Tuesday afternoon sometime to update the charts and update the scenarios and see what happens if any of these scenarios played out, just to check in and look at the news for the rest of the week. That's all. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the video. It'll help me greatly. Have a good day.